God. Are we on the internet?
Max isn't here. Party!
Oh my God, you guys. Max isn't here. Finally, the episode we've all wanted for so long.
Everything still runs?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Okay.
Tonight, the Mighty Nine investigate a shipwreck, a spooky tunnel filled with ghosts and sentient seaweed, and a storm-causing sea hag. We'll break it all down tonight with my guests, Liam O'Brien and Taliesin Jaffe. All that and more tonight. Don't move into my frame, man.
Like death?
No, guys. Hit it, Zach. Over the shipment. We're back. Thought I told you there wasn't any.
It's up for debate.
It's up for
It just
debate.
depends on where you're sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting in the host chair, and the host wants you to know tonight's episode of Talks Machina is sponsored. Guys, someone decided to sponsor the show for some reason, and that person is Raven Rook.
Yes.
Creators, as we know, of handcrafted, high-quality disc-bound notebooks specifically designed with tabletop gamers in mind.
Gorgeous books.
Gorgeous books.
Yeah.
I don't have one here because I took it home. Don't tell Rachel. Throughout December, they're actually donating 100% of their profits to schools, teachers, and community centers to help growing gaming clubs and classes through the thing called Adventurers Club Gaming Kits.
No shit.
Yeah, 100% of the proceeds.
That's legit.
The entire month of December, completely legit. And they're sponsoring the show tonight, so it's awesome.
Oh, wow. Hats off.
Hats off, Rook and the Raven. Every item sold between now and January 20th actually will not only add to the number of kits they can send, but also counts towards leveling up the contents of each kit. They got notebooks, source books, adventures, all that stuff. It basically levels it up. You can give now the gift of gaming at therookandtheraven.com/critical role. There it is. That's the thing I do now for the slash for you guys who haven't been on the show in a few weeks. I will soon.
I encourage it.
Okay.
Don't encourage this behavior.
Keep it up for me. Yeah. Hey,
Danny, let Art Dad encourage me however he wants. Either
his
verbally,
form of expression.
somatically, touchingly. Also, we're so excited, something that was announced earlier today, to invite you to a weekend full of beautiful art and Vox Machina adventures right here in the city that never sleeps. Right here in the...
We have a bedtime, let's
What do
be
they
honest.
call this place? The Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Los Angeles, California.
Beautiful downtown Burbank.
Guys, on Friday...
We are the exception that proves the rule.
Yes. Just so you know, on Friday, January 18th, we are hosting our very first art show. This is insane. We've been trying to do this forever. It's a ton of logistics, but we have a great team that was able to help pull it off. Each piece of art was created by the community and curated by us, and mainly by Art Dad himself,
Straight
Liam
up,
O'Brien.
this has been a conversation for like 2 years, and it almost happened a couple of times over those 2
Possibly
years.
longer, yeah. It's really
maybe
a
longer.
big deal.
But didn't. And then it was going to happen. So I got the green light, and I went through every piece of art from the beginning of the show. It took a couple of weeks. Yes, I did. Yes,
Wow.
I did. Everything that I have amassed in this gigantic, like a doomsday vault of critter art, and I narrowed it down to 3,000 pieces. Then I narrowed it down to 700 pieces, and then I narrowed it down to somewhere to like 100, and then painfully, like I was just slashing a blade across my gut, I had to take that 100 down to like 45 or 50.
Yeah, because there's limited space. And
We were
so
showing the gallery, and they're like, "There's no
Too much.
It was
you have
so
to,
hard, so hard. There is so much amazing work from so many people. I think I could safely say thousands of people at this point.
Oh, completely.
To choose, like trying to sort of represent the characters of the show and moments of the show and aspects of the show with 45 to 50 artists was painful, but the stuff that we picked was absolutely gorgeous and just a slice of all the amazing out there, and I really can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait
It's
for
gonna be
January.
amazing. All the details are at critterroll.com, but I'll give some to you now. Tickets for the opening reception will be available on Monday, December 17th, and are completely fucking free. Can you believe it? Free 99. The exhibit will open through January 20th, so you can stop by over the weekend if you miss the opening reception. It's gonna be a blast. We're excited. It's close by. We're not gonna be as maybe we will be as rushed and frantic as we usually are at these live shows, but at least we'll get to go home and sleep in each other's beds afterwards, like we do. And then on January 19th, Saturday, that is the Search for Grog, a very special live show. One shot VIP tickets will go on sale Saturday, December 15th, and general admission tickets will go on sale Sunday, December 16th. Now, for those of you who plan on coming and are going, what do the VIP attendees get? Well, let me tell you, VIP attendees will receive a special swag bag, and it's always full of some really good shit. It's not like a keychain,
Every time.
a sock, and whatever. There's some gnarly stuff in there.
No, this time it's 2 socks.
This time it's 2 socks.
Yeah.
Almost two.
Almost 2.
98%.
I mean,
One and
come
a half.
on. We work real hard.
Caleb socks. So they have holes in them.
Yeah, that's
and
like 80% of the 2 socks.
They're in progress.
They have
Sock
holes in them and they
progress.
hate themselves.
Caleb probably also wears like ankle socks too.
Oh.
Now I hate
Is
it.
Caleb an ankle socker, Liam? Let's settle this now.
Fuck, I don't know. I have not thought of that part of my backstory.
Oh boy, well you better get
Let's
to
get
it.
back to it at the end, after dark.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Start character development as sock length.
That's where you
That's
start.
where you
Yeah, you started socks.
I'm going all the way to the end. Over the knee.
Questions tonight,
Let's
guys.
hear
we
it. What are your
go.
socks? Wait, hold up. Everybody stop. What are the Jaffe socks tonight?
We got
It's
that
the
on
blue,
that
the
side.
blue spots, and then I don't know if and then
Jaffe socks.
and then
Jaffe
something yellow.
Liam, I'll show off your shirt there. That's pretty cool.
My shirt? Oh, well, I am paying tribute
yeah.
to our Lord and Savior Krampus
That's
tonight.
pretty
It is
great.
he is the reason for the season.
And who are the lucky children there that are being attacked
Oh,
by...
that's a representation of my children.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah. That
Oh,
is-
neat.
Powerful
That
likeness.
is the professor and Romper Stomper there, just getting wedged
Taliesin rocking the
into
old,
a trash bag.
the old Barb, never forget.
Yeah, no, super. Yeah, this is my nice, comfortable stamp.
I went on
Got
brand
there.
tonight with
Big witch energy.
the big witch energy.
I dig it.
It's good.
You know how it goes.
Our Blue Dread singles.
Yeah, Red Singles. All right, so they're gonna get a swag bag. You're gonna get a signed Vox Machina print, a print signed by the cast of Critical Role, as well as a special Q&A before the live show, hosted none other by me. Don't let that stop you. Get your tickets. You can get all the info for both the art show and, keep going, Vinny, the live show at critterroll.com. Here's the deal, guys.
Oh no!
For several months, Max is out tonight, and our head of production, Vinny Singh, is running the teleprompter and the various technical. We have been asking Vinny for a new teleprompter since George H.W. Bush was president. And he has said no for months. Tonight, he has to run the teleprompter. He's like, this thing's a piece of shit! What have we been telling you? All I want for Christmas is a new teleprompter.
You know, on many shows, the crew is appreciated but invisible.
Yes.
But not this show.
No, sir. I
What would be
demand.
our running gag if we get a nice
Yeah,
teleprompter
what will we
then?
compare things we want to?
We'll come up with something else.
Like undoing Die Hard. Like you need Die Hard.
Like a Google Glass HUD, I guess, would be the next thing.
Oh yeah, okay. I can just look at the questions on Google
Sure.
Glass because that's gonna.
Yeah, you're skeevy enough to wear one of those, Steels.
I feel like that would work.
I could pull it off. Is that it, Vinny? Everything just kept scrolling. Is that it? Oh yeah, guys. How about?
This is 12 months of pent-up energy.
This is a joke that's been months in the making.
Oh, I'm red as a tomato. I just saw the screen. Oh, no. Pull the plug.
Guys, for those who missed it, the screen is telling me we have a rad new intro out.
All right.
Our new animated intro is out now. You can see it at the beginning of Thursday's episode, or it's available at youtube.com/geekandsundry, where it's
tight.
up and gaining massive, crazy amounts of views because it's amazing. Shout out to everybody who was a part of that. I don't remember all their names because A, some of them are hard to pronounce, and I don't do that. And B, it's not written down on the screen in front of me. Thank you, Vinny. Without further ado, let us discuss episode 44 of Critical Role Campaign 2, The Diver's Grave.
Yay.
All right, guys, we have some crit roll stats for episode 44. Now, Vinny, this will be on my iPad here, so you can take a break for a few minutes while my thumb does the work.
Sharpening a knife.
We have some crit roll stats, courtesy of our friends at Crit Roll Stats.
Yeah, what do you got?
This episode is tied for second most D20 rolls in an episode of Campaign 2. Tied with episode 22, which had 166.
Ooh.
Most D20 rolls were in episode 39, 178. Wow. So 39 had 178 in it. That's crazy.
Wow.
I feel
Let's
like
see.
the last episode and the one before were pretty baller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot
agree.
of just lucky shit happened at the table.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
finally, yeah. Long time coming there. Caduceus, played brilliantly by you, Taliesin Jaffe, since the other guy died.
Yeah.
Caduceus continues to was that a spoiler? Caduceus
Deal with you.
Wow, it's going to that.
Caduceus continues to have the lowest nat 20 rate of the Mighty Nine, currently at a whopping 2.7%. That's pretty low.
That's pretty low.
That was like my kill to death ratio on the stream I did with Travis
That was
earlier.
pretty spectacular to watch.
That was fun. That'll be on our YouTube pretty soon here, tomorrow, the next day.
Briefly.
36 hours. 36
Briefly,
hours, thank you.
How did you fare?
I did okay. Now Travis is he's a sneaky giant. He obliterated me more than 15 times. But I held my own a couple of times, and it made for some great hilarity. I would love to make that a regular thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're definitely stretching the definition of holding your own, but it was a...
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Lowest nat 20 rate of the Mighty Nine. All right. Hey, but you know what? To balance that out, man, you've also got the lowest nat 1 rate, which is 1.08%, which is
negligible.
currently Liam's blood alcohol content. Based on the damage Ford and Caleb took for Dashila's
Dashilla? Dashilla.
Gotta put
and
it
her
at-
hungry eye.
Yeah, Dashila's hungry. I ate there on the way back from. Based on the damage Ford and Caleb took for Dashila's ritual, it can be estimated that it takes about 40 to 50 HP worth of blood to summon a hurricane.
We didn't even
About one regular dude.
Do you know how many hit points I had after that ritual?
Tell me.
1.
Stop it.
Travis is
Stop it.
troublemaking is infectious.
I would have had to, like, cast shit through a tiny hole in the wall, and that would have been weird.
Do you have shit prepared?
I do. I mean, like, the great thing about this type of character is, like, I can keep a lot of bad things from happening pretty easily, and often from a distance.
Yeah.
So,
Man, you're turned to undead in the new.
I love a good turn.
I can't believe we can talk about this now. It still feels weird.
Oh,
It's been in the works for a while.
Distance.
Yeah, your turn to undead's pretty great. You. So
Thoughts?
there was a Reddit thread where someone screen capped the young Caleb part, and they were like, "Who is this? I don't recognize who this was." And all these people were just like, "Young Caleb," and I wrote, "That's Gary." I got a lot of tweets like, "Who the fuck is Gary?" I'm like,
spoilers. Let's
shit, I already
let it
gave away
unfold the way it's going
more
to
of
unfold.
Liam's backstory than he wanted me to.
Already ruined it for so many people.
Well, we have questions, and I know it's a bit early to get into them at 7:15, but we should go ahead anyway.
Wait, stop.
Yeah,
Look how cute your dog is.
I know.
I know.
Big boys.
He's so quiet and like he's sleepy now.
just
Normally
chilling.
he's just running all over the studio
Well,
saying hi to people.
I bring him early in the day, so he runs and gets all his jollies out during the day, and then you guys just get pure cuteness. You're like in the cute phase. You're not in the tail knocking over everything.
Adorable.
tail.
Yeah, torpedo tail. All right.
Wait, stop.
Yeah. What's up?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that Taliesin and I are together on this show a lot?
Yeah, we are.
I have
Yeah,
noticed
that
that.
has nothing to do with any other cast member scheduling conflicts.
Okay, so we got a text from Sam Riegel that said like,
Yeah.
I'm not coming on till January.
Yeah. Also a thing.
Why?
Please don't get me wrong. I'm very happy to be here with Taliesin, but I feel like either the show, or the community, or the universe is trying to tell us something, Taliesin.
That might be.
It might be.
I mean, I have a difficult time reading
Whatever you
signals.
guys are thinking about doing, we can't show on Twitch, so we'll have to take it offline.
Really, it's just because you two are my favorites and I just want to be around you a lot.
Okay.
Ultimately, that's what it comes down to.
Okay.
That's
I
fair.
mean, they're not my favorites. I don't have favorites.
Yeah.
Thank you
She's-
for putting us in the stew together, Dan.
She's lying over her laptop, ladies and gentlemen. Itzoon has a question for both of you, and that's
well,
what were your initial
We're both
thoughts?
here, I suppose. then.
Fine.
What- if-
16 minutes in.
Since
first
you're both here, answer the
question.
question, please. What were your initial thoughts and reactions when you watched the new intro? So a lot of people don't know. We kept this a secret from you guys.
Yeah, we got to see it early.
Well, yeah, we did get to see it a little early because there was still one more. They were still tweaking some stuff.
It's been a long road. Travis and Sam have kind of been lording over this project. We knew they were working on it, but we didn't get to see shit for months. And Travis just kept saying to me, like, hope, when you see, everybody has a moment. When you see your moment, and
He would send I would get texts and very late at night going what would this look like? Or okay, if you were using this power, what would it do? Or how would you, or weird character questions.
How would you visualize that thing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm
I had to describe haircuts for my fellow students from back in the day, which I knew very well.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, but
Yeah.
you didn't know what socks yet.
No, I have no idea about the socks, but I've thought about those two students a lot.
Better
Yeah.
know about
Long
the
time.
socks by After Dark.
I will. I'll have a bullshit answer.
Cool.
Okay.
But yeah.
You have 12 minutes till after dark to come up with a bullshit answer.
The animated opening is so fucking
It's
amazing.
so good.
We fucking erupted when we saw it.
We totally lost it. Yeah.
There's so few things on that short list of things you want to see when something on the rare occasion that you live through your D&D game becoming a weird thing on the internet. There's a short list of things that you hope will happen, and seeing them animated is one of them.
Hope that would happen. You didn't even have an idea that would happen. For the longest time as an actor, I was like, oh my God, let me be a Transformer with Optimus Prime and be there, and I'll get hired to play that job, and it'll be so cool. And that happened, and it was amazing. But this is
This is way
fucking
cooler.
character that I pulled out
You
of my
guys
butthole.
made up. Yeah. 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 And Liam,
Yes, it's a big butthole. There's so many more
it is.
characters.
There's
in
just
there.
so many more to come.
So many more
Your butthole
characters
is
in my
Mary
ass.
Poppins' purse.
Squeezes one out every.
I mean, it's at least as wide as what a purple worm can dig.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So many characters in there.
Have you guys ever seen Tremors? All
I love
All right,
Tremors.
all right.
Don't
Taliesin, save us from Liam's asshole with an answer to this question from
Impossible.
Jordan Hicks.
Can't be done.
Liam's butthole is the bottom of the car in Wrist Cutters.
Wow, way to bring that way back.
Come on, baby. I got you. I got
What do
you.
you
That's
think,
powerful.
Henry? Henry, did that one land?
He opened his eyes.
That landed in
He
another
opened his
dimension,
eyes.
man.
He was like, if you throw a stick in there, I'll chase it. Taliesin, Jordan Hicks is here with our 50 or 60th question of the night. We don't tend to hear profanity from Caduceus.
No.
Was you saying "fuck off, ghost" in character?
No.
Okay.
I was quoting Thor Ragnarok.
You recorded
Hey.
it incorrectly.
I was trying to do because I was having a Thor Ragnarok because I'd never gotten to use I hadn't gotten to use Turn Undead yet, and I was so happy about it that
Great
I just
moment.
kind of
Great moment.
No, that was Taliesin. That was just Taliesin having a
You used
moment.
Turn Undead before.
Not real.
You did with-
just that one.
Not
There was
to
that
whip a
one.
ghost out of a friend,
That's
though.
true.
Yeah,
that
like
was tight.
I used it for comedic result. I was just
Yeah.
having fun with it before.
yeah,
I never
that's
really.
true. This was a legit Turn Undead.
Yeah.
Do you know, I
That's
also
cool.
made a real effort to not swear as Caleb for a long time. I was like, that's a character choice, but eventually my own self just kind of steamrolled over that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and
We are,
Cad will swear. Cad can swear. He's very careful about that, and there's manners. It's a lot of manners.
Okay. And maybe he's still new, not loosened up yet to the group enough to where, when I meet someone for the first time, I'm not like,
No, he's homeschooled, man. He's pretty.
Takes to the second meeting for you.
takes for the second meeting for me to be like,
It takes a while for the homeschool kid to start really picking up the bad habits of once he's out.
How
out in the
long
world.
was Cad alone at that place, roughly?
Not long alone.
Okay.
Just maybe. God, I would
yeah,
say.
we talked about it when he first came on, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like it was maybe I think a couple of years tops. I don't know if he entirely knows how long, but it was definitely.
Forgive me while I make
Yeah.
a De Niro face. That's a long time.
That is a long time. But
Okay, never mind. I have some other questions, but let's talk about this episode.
I gotta remember what I said back in the day. Really,
Yes, you do.
I gotta look that up.
Clockwork Jack, Liam, how did Caleb feel in an environment where any fire spells would be at a disadvantage? Perhaps a strange feeling of missing something so reliable, or a good change of pace?
Not a good change of pace. He was very conscious of it. Knowing that they were going to go on an undersea dive, he prepared other spells besides that. He had no fire prepared. He had acid arrow prepared. He had magic missiles
Milf's
prepared.
acid arrow?
Yeah, Milf's acid arrow.
Milf's acid arrow.
Yep.
Straight from the MILF.
That spell is
into
a
your
looker, yeah.
torso.
So he was very conscious about it. He was very calculated in saying, I'm going into something that is not conducive to my my strengths, my skill set. So it was fine. It was no big deal. You just have to bring the right tools for the job.
What school are you again?
Well, I went to Catholic school for 14 years.
Here we go.
Then I went to the Tisch School of the Arts to be an actor.
I interviewed you for
sped it through
6.5
3 years.
hours, feet from here. I know all that. What school did you choose at level?
Transmutation, although
that's right.
Substitutionary locomotion.
Caleb is homeschooled as well, except he's the teacher and the student. So
Yes,
in
yes.
the later years, he's transmutation. In the earlier years, excuse me, he was more pushed towards evocation
Okay. All right.
and broke away from that.
Danny says hot. And we all look surprised.
But it is hot in the studio.
It is hot in here, god damn it, Vinny! Does that iPad turn on the air conditioning, or does it just run this thing all shitty?
Teleprompter runs at 500 degrees.
Oh, the teleprompter is what's omitting the heat. Another reason why we should keep it. Keep ourselves warm. For both of you, from Pathos Vignettes, how spooked were you by Matt's DMing in the tunnels before Deshalia?
Nope.
We'll get there. That was creepy AF.
Yeah, it was a good change of pace.
It was nice. I've been looking forward to this. In the previous campaign I played with him, he got into a little bit of this kind of stuff, and I'll miss this. It's
Cool.
good.
Although I will say we know Travis real well, so mostly I was just going
Staring at Travis because he's
to see how he reacted to it. Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah, he starts to get the sweats.
He starts to get the meat sweats.
It's so weird. He's so, if you've met him, he's very large.
Yeah.
Like he's quite strong, right? I wouldn't start a fight with him.
Probably not.
He would beat me into a pulp in less than 8 seconds, I think.
Right.
But he is legitimately scared of many, 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 many things.
He is.
Particularly The Ring and anything like The Ring.
The Ring movie,
Just put that right out there into the internet. too.
anything that
Yeah.
Katherine Heigl was in will put him into a
Yeah,
state.
you definitely do not want to tweet pictures of the
No.
scraggly-haired woman from
No,
The Ring
do not
at Travis.
tweet.
Do not
There's
do
a
that.
lot of gifs out there that I have seen, guys.
Never come on Twitter again.
There's a lot of gifs that I've seen from The Ring on Twitter.
I do
It's got to
not-
be
I do not
100.
think about
I
the
do
fact
not
that
want
I
to get
don't-
online tonight
there is a friend of
and
mine.
see that
I've
you
heard
have
you talk
all
about
tweeted at Willingblam gifts of The Ring.
Beg her to do me a favor one of these days.
And
Up next.
Travis and Laura have ghost stories in their lives too. I'm not going to elaborate on them, but there are ghosts in their lives.
That's them
They have-
pranking each other in the middle of the night. They don't do it so much more now that they have a kid, but
Yeah.
that's them Trust me, I know.
Maybe it's time.
They are big pranksters. Do you think they'll prank their kid as hard as they've tried
God,
to
I
prank
hope
us?
so.
I hope their kid starts pranking them.
I hope
I hope
so
he starts
too.
just like
I hope
Travis
so,
lifting
too.
him up. He just starts
I
shitting all over
haven't
them.
put real effort into messing with someone in a long time. I feel like I've lost an edge of some kind. Maybe it's time to
Well,
bring this
everyone's
back.
so litigious these days too.
Right.
You have to
can't
wonder
prove
about, yeah. Well, guys, it's. Wait, what is this? Okay, this was not on my list last night. This one's from @VoiceOfO'Brien. Brian, when you stare into the mirror, what stares back? The devastating amount of debt that I owe to 23 different countries. How many countries are there? Are there more than 23, Daniel?
No.
Okay. Debt to all 23 countries.
Best answer.
That was so fast and so sharp, dude.
Oh, I know. It's like we don't even need Max anymore.
Brian.
Did you make these jokes when I was gone that one night about not needing me anymore? You were here. One of you.
Both of us
Wait.
were here.
Both of you were here.
We are. I mean, like,
Wait, that was like a
We
month
are the
ago.
ghosts of Christmas past and future.
You are.
we live here.
That was a great episode that Danny did.
They weren't jokes.
Did you know you can edit the script right on that iPad?
Did you do that while I was walking Henry?
No.
Carno Lesbian wants to know, Taliesin, I'm glad my Twitter isn't signed in on here. Allison, why is it so important to Caduceus to always make sure he explains the party's presence to the local plant life?
Manners are important. And I'll actually say that came from a guy I used to know years ago who was a Buddhist monk living in Pasadena, and he was.
Well, there's Mount Baldy.
I don't remember. Like, I was too young to really have a full understanding of exactly what his connection to anything out there was, other than he was the only guy who had an electric car in early 2000. It was a golf cart, but that was pretty cool at the time, and he was a collector of cool optical things, so he was in our group of people, and he had a habit of just kind of graciously asking permission before he ate anything. He was a vegetarian. He would ask he would ask permission of his meal, and I remember that sticking with me as kind of interesting. And
you would bring the meal to him, and he would ask you if he could eat it.
No, I mean, you would put food in front of him, and he would have this quiet moment. I'm like, "Are you praying?" He's like, "No, I'm just asking permission." I'm thanking the plants, and I'm asking permission, explaining what I'm going to do, and just putting myself
really
into
nice.
this.
Sounds like he was acknowledging their place in the chain.
Yeah, the plant is a living
And I really,
thing.
I dug that. I always found that really, just, I found it very warm. I liked
Very
it.
tender.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
I enjoy that you pluck these little eccentricities out of these amazing people you've known your whole life.
Yeah, I mean,
plant
I
those
don't
into your
know
characters.
if you do this, but everything is, it's never like a one-on-one thing, but there's always just a mash of friends of mine who kind of end up in a big, and little bits of me too, but
I don't know if that's true for Vax, but it's very true for Caleb. That
Yeah.
Caleb
Which
is
childhood
made.
friend did you burn down, Liam, that inspired?
Well, his name was Billy. But I don't know. Vax was started out as very shallow and sort of filled out over time. But with Caleb, I had a lot of different influences that sort of percolated together. I just didn't know crazy people or magic people like you knew.
yeah.
Mine were more mundane, like my cat and my tendency for arson.
Right, right, yeah. Danny, no offense taken by you for him saying that Vax started out as shallow. Does that
No,
seem
that's
like?
totally started out as shallow.
I mean, just as a not his character, but my understanding of him was
Right,
just
right, right.
I'm a rogue in the home game, and that's
was the
being
archetype.
facetious. Yeah, they were big archetypes.
We didn't know how to play the game. You didn't know how the build was happening.
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
how you start, and they layer.
Momentum over time.
Vax started out as only caring about himself and his sister.
Yeah.
That's kind of shallow.
But
And then
reverse,
he grew, and then
reverse that order, and
Bolero,
Yeah,
man.
exactly,
Yeah.
sorry.
It's motherfucking Bolero. It's Bolero. It's just you have a theme, and then slowly it gets more complex, and it's still the same thing. It's
you
just
have to grow.
That's right.
You hit
For-
level 20, and if you're not, if
I know
you
what
haven't
bolero
grown,
means.
What'd you do?
I know what bolero means. Prove to me you do.
the piece of music that is the.
I know. Guys, we should actually give away
That's
some.
like a tie. That's like two strings.
It's the one that's the
Two strings that come
yeah.
down from like a medallion.
The
in the middle.
bolero. Yeah.
The bolorama. Guys, we should give away some free shit real fast. Our first giveaway tonight is honoring your epic gift-making skills. It's time for Gift of the Week.
Gift of the week.
Gift of the week.
Yeah, Steve, yeah. Our winner for Campaign 2, Episode 44, here we go, Vinny, was sent in by Jonas
Go for it.
Tintinsayer.
That's good.
Sure.
You did good.
Jonas didn't send in a at Jonas Tintinsayer.
You know, that might be German. It might be Tintensea.
Tintinsayer.
Yeah, yeah, might be.
Could be.
Zea sounds very German.
Tintinsayer. Let's take a look.
Oh.
This is so good.
So this is a bit of what they call a flashback. That's why it's in black and white. This is not from Thursday's episode. However, as we see, it all ties together.
Oh my God! Oh wow! Is that foreshadowing?
Do you remember that?
Now I do.
I
Holy.
do.
Yes!
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's one of the best gifts of the show.
That-
ever.
that's kinda-
I
That's
agree.
really
Kind
good.
of
I agree.
spectacular. Holy shit.
Congrats to you, Jonas. I'm not gonna say your last name for your sake.
Tintensea. Tintensea.
Tintinsayer.
Ghost Puncher.
You have won this
Ghosts.
Tusk Love
Lover of
Notebook.
Tusk.
Lover of Tusk. Available now at shop.critroll.com.
It's so hot right now.
Yeah. Who doesn't want a little bit of Tusk?
Who doesn't want just the tiniest bit of tusk inside themselves?
I just really fast want to point out that if you send Travis creepy gifts and you tag at Tox Machina in them, I also have to look at them. Please stop.
Never stop. Never stop.
Pointing this out. Please stop.
Leave Danny alone. Travis can probably take it. Send them to Travis.
Send your gift rings, the ring gifts, instead of your cock ring
You can hashtag
photographs.
Tox Machina. Don't add it.
This is a notebook. This is a campaign journal. This is a diary to a loved one. This is
That is a vessel for smut.
life.
It
It's
is.
a vessel for smut. So put your smut somewhere. Tumblr is dead. You know what isn't? Paper.
Wow.
Remember, you can
soon.
submit
Hey.
to our weekly contest by emailing your GIF if you don't live in Quebec. Sorry, Quebec.
Oh, man.
Submit. ToxMachina.com.
See if we can collect everything that comes out of Quebec just to see it.
I
feel like that's
think
the point.
Tumblr has a few days left, though, right? To
Yeah.
put all their smut on?
I think so.
They have until the 17th.
That's, oh man, just ram it in there,
Everything's
guys.
been getting
Ram it in
everything's been getting tagged as explicit.
there. Yep. Scrum of smut. Smut scrum.
That's a real bummer.
Okay.
Liam,
Yes.
let's raise the mood by answering this question from Jordan Springer.
Fingers crossed.
What made Caleb ultimately decide to give blood with Ford? Did his own natural curiosity
Yeah,
take
man.
over?
Yeah.
He wanted Ford to owe him one, or was it a combination of both?
This is a multi-layered question and answer.
I want you to remove a layer with each layer you answer.
Right. right. The first way I have to answer it is not about the characters, but about the players.
Yes.
Travis Willingham is a motherfucking troublemaker. And I looked over and I saw a twinkle in that man's eye that I am familiar with, that he wanted to do some dumb shit. And that is hard to ignore. So a little switch in the back of my brain went, totally fed into choices. All right, that having been said, I think that Caleb in that moment could see this man that he spent all this time with start to be tempted by power, which was always a thought that Caleb had, but he saw Ford not just trying to figure out his father figure or his past or what the situation is, but he saw this guy who seemed like, you know, like Liam talks about how Ford he could be evil, but Caleb doesn't think that. Caleb has always seen Ford as like an upright guy. And in that moment, married with Travis wanting to fuck shit up, saw Ford be tempted by power. And in that moment, he's very much like Trent, the man who molded him, saw a split second in time where he saw hunger in this guy's eyes and thought that it could be molded or bent for Caleb's use. And thought, I could take a risk here. There's a follow-up answer to this as well, or a follow-up thought. I could take a risk here that will probably be okay. God, we were misguided. We were misguided. But I could probably do this and not end the world or anything. And we could pull short of whatever this is going to be. And I could have a new understanding with Ford and probably pull a favor out of this. I thought that in advance, like whatever this, he wants to do something here and I'm going to facilitate it and have him be beholden to me for it. Those are Caleb's thoughts, not Liam's.
Not wrong.
It's not wrong so far.
Somewhere in the back of my head, Percy's going, well done.
Yeah, exactly,
No,
exactly.
Percy's giving a little slow clap right there.
And it played to his advantage. And I mean, you know, Ford could murder Caleb later, but in this moment, it was like I weighed some things and I risked something, and I probably got gains from that. And I'll follow up with the idea that Caleb, early in this campaign, it was very scaredy cat, very like stay back, because he was just putting his toes out, but it was always stay back. But ultimately, he knew he'd get to a point where, the things that he wants to do, and there's multiple things that he might do. He's not sure what he wants to do, but he has a couple of branches of things he could do. None of those are going to happen unless he takes risks and earns big. So there's no reason to play it safe after a certain point. Calculated risks, something that Caleb and Ford have talked about for a long time.
Right, yeah.
Calculated risks. And if he dies trying to do the things he's attempting here, that's okay with him.
Okay, yeah.
He is trying to undo something disgusting and terrible, and he's willing to put his life on the line to make it happen. So he doesn't do anything willy-nilly. He thinks, well, this could be the end of you, but it could get you that much closer. And that was one of those moments where I thought, first I thought, oh, Travis is on a fucking tear right now. But in character it was like, this could pull you closer to the thing you want.
Wow. Wow. Danny, I fucking told you I wouldn't answer that one.
Yeah, I know. We were definitely really
I told you we weren't
going
to get shit out of him. Let me ask you this, Taliesin. Does Taliesin also share the same suspicion that Liam does about Ford being potentially evil? Not Caduceus, but Taliesin.
No,
Okay.
I don't think.
Because I'm
That's
a
an
little
old
bit
thought.
I'm starting to lean a little bit in your direction though,
I
Liam.
think he's. I will say that I think Caduceus and Taliesin have the same feeling on Ford, which is that he's a moral person, but not a good person, if that makes sense. Like he is very.
He's not perfect.
No,
Right.
and he could go bad real easy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy who could go wrong really. He's one bad day away from everything going
He's the
to
wrong person pissing in his ear to get him to turn directions, right? Like he could, if
Yeah.
someone, see, he's
He's
wooable. I feel like
He's wooable
after
and-
Avantika, I'm like, he
makes bad choices.
he makes bad choices.
And I also think that Travis is, we all know Travis is Slytherin, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that he likes, we're all trying to game each other a little bit, and I think Travis likes the idea of corruption. And the idea of a good man, I mean, either way, it's interesting, but a good man falling is something fun to play with.
Or that man who thinks he can walk that line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
can
that's
he?
just
And like
as
that's
interesting, isn't it?
really always going to be a question of like I've got this, I've got a handle on it. And like, do you?
I'll throw another thing in here that I'm going to assume nobody's asked about. I could be wrong. But after that moment, like at the table, I looked pleased as punch. I was like, oh boy, I got a favor out of that. But Caleb was disgusted with himself at that moment.
Really,
Yeah.
tell me more about what was going on in your mind then.
Well, I think that he was a product of his schooling in that moment. And part of him was like, yes. But most of them went, you fucking piece of filth.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Look
was a
at
big
you.
move.
Look
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Instantly. Yeah. As soon as, like, if we're writing this, right, if this is the story, if it's the film, as soon as they were walking out of there, he's instantly going, what, why, what,
Wow.
why, what, why.
Wow.
Still got that favor though.
That's gonna. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting to see play out.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Well, Taliesin, Tribert wants to know, how did Caduceus feel about suddenly realizing the seaweed in the cave was carnivorous? Did he just think of it as a cycle of life, or was he alarmed by the very unchill plant life?
Everything eats, man.
Everything eats, man.
Yeah, no. It's trying to figure out. Like I love the notion of this violent hippie.
Yeah.
No, he's very comfortable with the notion of violence, and especially natural violence. There's no more appropriate way to die than to be eaten by. I mean, it's eaten by a thing that it's not doing anything other than sustaining itself. This is not there's no weird political, ideological issue here. This is not something invented by the consciousness of man. This is just a hungry thing that will in turn be eaten by something else at some point.
Right.
Yeah, no, there's no problem at all. He's aware of carnivorous plants.
Part of the cycle of life. Then,
Yeah, no,
for
it's
sure.
it's unbelievably healthy by his line of thinking.
I think so far that's my favorite part about Caduceus is that everybody else in the group is like the traditional Western European concept of life and death and morals, and this is something that's not that.
I tried to veer him away off that path, and to the best of my ability, and really build something that it's a little odd in this setting, but I think it's working well for this kind of character. I don't think I could have played this nice and moral of a character in this group of people without an enormous amount of dissonance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a lot to just pretend that he was fine with everything
It's
otherwise.
interesting. It feels like an entirely different culture than all the rest of the group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by design.
I think you're playing it quite well, sir.
Oh, thank you. I'm enjoying him.
What do you think, Henry?
What do you think, big boys?
Henry misses Molly.
He's so sleepy. He does miss
He's
Molly.
dreaming of Molly.
We should Henry and Molly.
Fabulous, fabulous Molly.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Liam,
Yes.
rescue us from the lawsuit from that song coming up. Expired Sunshine. Travis and Ford seem to have put a large amount of meaning on the joining of cut hands.
Yeah.
Did Caleb Liam also put the same kind of significance on that act, and why and why not?
Liam is irrelevant. Caleb,
Never.
in this moment, it is. Caleb saw no significance to blood cut palms touching other than the fact that it was obvious that Ford did.
Okay, so that was okay. So that's another piece of that. Yeah, you manipulative motherfucker.
I miss this. I miss this so much.
Caleb likes Ford a lot,
Yeah,
but still.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, what if it was the touching of flames? Would he have been more? Yeah, no. All right, let's see. Which one of these do I want to ask you, Taliesin? What do you think, Danny? 10 or 12? Let's see. Oh, I like
think
this.
10.
Let's do 10.
Yeah.
Jumanji Costco, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Taliesin, we got to see Caleb and Ford make some interesting choices this week in terms of how far they're willing to push the boundaries of curiosity. How would Caduceus feel knowing that they participated in blood sacrifice and the blood pact?
The blood sacrifice
Is he
itself.
familiar with this shit?
What the blood sacrifice and the blood pact and
Yeah.
that whole thing. I'm still waiting. I'm not waiting. I'm finishing giving Matt all of the notes on the weird religion I built for this character so that he can approve it before I can really comment on his feelings all the way across the board on this. But yeah, no, it's good I didn't see this. This would have not sit. I mean, more than anything, Caduceus would have been really. It's not the blood that would have bothered him, but that he felt that it was obvious that this thing should not be meddled with, and that this thing was attracting some very negative energy that was not appropriate. The one thing, the one thing that people who worship the Wild Mother and have a big deal with is that there is a cycle of life and death, and you kind of have to abide by it. And this thing is obviously perverting that. There's fucking ghosts everywhere.
Right.
And like this thing is the most obvious culprit for causing this real negative impact on the balance of nature, and the idea of just trying to activate this thing that is literally haunted by dead people who are trying to eat you is dangerous, offensive. Yeah, it would not have gone over well.
Yeah. Wow.
Really glad he didn't see it. It would have.
This campaign is so gloriously messy. Yeah. Like last
It is,
campaign,
it is.
there were definitely disagreements and disputes among the members of the group, but there weren't really many secrets. There were some, but not many.
No.
Percy did in the beginning. That's really the biggest instance I can think of. But this group, all of
Rock
them.
and Percy fight was a pretty big one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that,
But this is
inter-party
nonstop.
conflict, for sure. But there are secrets and duplicity while they all enjoy each other's company. It's interesting, and it can only play out messily. It's not necessarily going to be terrible for the group. I think
No,
that
but it's gonna be-
It'll be messy, which is
And-
just like.
And the minute that Clay has things the minute that we come across the things Clay wants, and that he actually has his needs come into the forefront, that's going to be interesting to see how people deal with that.
What are his needs?
I think the 9
What
is
are
all like,
his
why is
needs?
this
Yeah.
dude? We are terrible people. Why is this sweetheart with us? And I assume Liam assumes there's a reason.
There is a reason.
Right, but the group is like,
No.
sure, please stay. You're so helpful. and nice.
But he's also doing some of the stuff that you're doing, which he is making, and it's not quite as calculated, but he is definitely doing I'm investing in these people with the hope that I'm in turn going to be invested in. I'm helping with these things. I'm trying to give some spiritual guidance in these things and giving some physical assistance in these things, but at some point there is an ask. And there was, at the very beginning, there was a conversation of I'm going to need something from you guys.
You don't have to tell me specifically who, but is there a person that Caduceus believes over the others could help him more?
He doesn't.
Or is it more of
know.
just the group as a whole?
He doesn't.
He
He doesn't.
know?
He doesn't. He's a creature of faith. I'm getting used to that in my head, and is on a divinely inspired mission at the will of all that he worships. So he is trying his best to just read the signs, and do what the universe is telling him to do, and the universe is telling him that these are the people he needs.
Okay.
It's like a priest or a pastor moving to a totally new city in a new state and saying, all right, I'm going to be the person who guides this flock in this church, and everybody's got their own fucked up needs
Welcome
and
to Deadwood.
desires.
Welcome to fucking Deadwood.
No, welcome to
Can
Deadwood.
be combative.
But it's my faith to help whatever group I land with, and holy shit, look
like
what
the
I landed
minister.
with.
I love the minister in Deadwood.
You
and
know
I
that's who
definitely have
Henry's
him.
named after.
Oh, no kidding.
The minister in Deadwood was a real guy named Henry Weston Smith. Oh. And when we got Henry, the day I met him, I was like, he has the same personality as the Reverend from Deadwood, so we named him after him.
Yeah, he just shouldn't be there. I love him in that show, but he shouldn't be there.
I know.
I feel bad.
But
Henry.
that's not a place for...
No.
That's a good
Did you get a treat?
He got a treat.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, let's give away some more free shit really fast before we get to the last round of questions.
On
Up
top
next,
of the treat?
on top
of the treat.
Okay.
That was actually, yeah, that was a.
It's fan art of the week.
Fnert.
Woo! Fan art!
Fnert.
Art Dad!
Hey, there's my sweater.
Don't lose your voice, Danny.
Sorry.
It's okay,
did
just
it.
take care of it. This week's fan art winner for Campaign 2, Episode 44,
man.
was sent in by Don Carlos at Don Dun Dun Dun. Let's take a look.
This was posted today or yesterday.
Oh
yeah,
my
that's fantastic.
God, you know, somewhere in the world, someone's knitting that right now.
Oh,
That
I
makes
hope
me
so.
so
Right?
happy.
I hope they are, and I hope they send it to me to wear on my
I
body.
think in my imagination, I was imagining something more like svelte, like a night vision goggles,
That's
like
way
Frumpkin
better,
was
though.
shrunken around my head, but that is so much more fabulous.
do you remember the retweet you got from who was it?
It was a marine or
Organization.
a sea life organization. There's a critter working there. I'm gonna after the show because I feel like
yeah.
a putz because I can't think of it. But there is a critter at a marine biology organization who like has dipped their toes into our conversations about underwater D&D
Oh,
shit.
and they had a fascinating feeling on whether that this would have worked very well. In
Yes,
fact,
yeah, I'll find it after the show and post
look
it.
at that. Well, that's awesome. Thanks to everyone who submitted. Congrats to you, Don. You have won this Wenge Dice Fall with Tiger Maple Inlay. Now, Daniel, I'm holding up the winning item now.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're on my hands. Now, this, guys, it looks like 2 wormwoods in one, but I guarantee you,
It's filled with dog treats.
it's filled. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on.
When gay.
Oh wow.
put some
Okay. Wow.
Dog treats.
That dog just woke up.
Henry. Here, let me just put one in there.
Oh, look at his tongue.
Do you want a treat?
Lapping.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it in from the wormwood. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh,
There you go. You got it. You got it. That's a good boy. Okay, Don, congratulations. Remember, you can submit by sending your gift for fan art to submit at toxmachina.com. Rules for our contest are available at critroll.com. Submit. We've got time for a few more. Liam,
Yes.
Danny Spud 2. Caleb mentioned he had an idea of what the table did. Did he correctly guess that it would summon the storm? If so, was he intentionally risking the Squall Eater just to gain a favor from
You
Ford?
didn't know a damn thing.
No, I mean, I didn't think that it was like a red nuclear missile button. I thought that there would be more build up and steps to it. I didn't think it was just, boom, your ship is sunk.
Yeah.
But no, I was just, Liam was just feeling egged on and could see that Travis wanted a tango. But I didn't think it was going into it, and I realize I'm a fool. I know I'm a fool. I'm a fool.
No, I'm glad you did it. I mean, I can tell you.
Me
yeah.
too. Me too.
That's
But
Dungeons and Dragons.
I figured there would be more build-up or steps as things happened. I knew that it was connected to the weather and the sea. I just didn't think it would just cause the toilet to flush. Right?
Yeah.
And Ford has been on this kick about he has been envious or admiring of Ivantika and her ability to control water, and he likes. I can see this. Caleb can see this desire to be even more in connection with the sea than he already is as a sailor. So I thought, well, shit, this is connected to the ocean around us somehow. We will learn a series of steps, or an ability will be allowed, or we will get to a new precipice after we press this. I didn't realize that just doing it was the motherfucking
We would have
precipice.
had to walk to the nearest gas
Swim
station.
home, swim home. Yeah.
I had enough water spills. I had some interesting water spills just in case, and one of them was we walked forever. So.
Man, where's that Keyleth wind walk now?
Oh man, I missed that.
But I don't regret it. I don't regret any dumb choice I've ever made on the show because
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Because it's a game.
Yeah, it's a game and it's fun as fuck.
Yep.
And it always resolves
That's
itself
best when
somehow.
everything is going horribly wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of undead earlier, Taliesin, Seagull Arthur asked, Caduceus fears, hates the undead. Has he had any past experiences with undead that have led to such powerful fear? Okay.
I mean, he doesn't fear the undead.
But a reason to hate them.
Yeah, no, they're an abomination, and they are a perversion of nature, and they are a sign of everything going horribly wrong with the world. And he, by his very existence, is supposed to be smiting them out at every notice. Dead is dead. You are either alive or dead. You can be dead and come back to life, or you can be alive and you can die. But there's not any middle ground there. Anything in the middle is not
So he's
okay.
not against resurrection.
No, that's just more life. It's dead. Yeah, it's that weird middle ground where everything falls apart.
Like shorts.
Like short.
Caduceus is anti-shorts. You heard it here
Oh,
first.
Who isn't, to be fair?
Anti-shorts. Yeah.
Especially with socks and sandals.
Oh.
But abomination.
Tell Vinny that.
Say true things about Vinny. Come on, he won't get us a prompter.
I mean, he
I don't know any true things about Vinny.
he grew up in a graveyard. Of course,
Vinny grew up in a graveyard.
He did, but no.
Oh, we're back
Yeah,
to
no, it's like. Talk about Vinny. There's plenty of ghosts, and his family had been fighting weird undead and issues, and that. Yeah, he was sitting in a haunted forest for his whole life. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Tons of bad shit.
Liam.
Yeah.
MJ wants to know, after the blood ritual, Caleb looked back to Jester and seemed to be gauging her reaction.
Yeah.
Was he concerned that she'd bring it up with the others, that this might change her opinion of him or something else?
Definitely concerned about her opinion, yeah. Yeah.
Definitely concerned about it.
She was
Definitely.
This is the best trip to sleep no more ever.
Yep. Fish sticks are on Tuesday. Definitely not friends with Jester anymore. No, that was not good for him. That was not happy for him. So many things going on in that one moment. He felt like he had a good, strong tool in his toolbox for the future, but one of the nicer things in his life was definitely tarnished, yeah.
Do you know what isn't tarnished? The beautiful picture of Liam single camera with the wonderful Christmas tree behind him. Zach, let's go back to that again. What's more wholesome than this?
What a guy.
Why are Taliesin and I red as cherry tomatoes
It's
tonight?
that television. Don't look over there. It's not, that's not.
pouted you.
Zach, is that what we really look like?
Oh God.
He says no.
All right.
But I also heard someone ask him at the same time if he wanted another milkshake, so we don't know which one he is. Taliesin, the writing druid wants to know, what does Clay think of letting Dashilla live?
He's a little upset about that. Yeah.
Stop showing me. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he was a little upset that everyone was like, "Are we just dropping this? This is a problem."
go.
No, I mean like that
Oh,
was
yeah,
his.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not yelling at you yet.
I thought you were yelling at me because I kept mispronouncing Dashilla.
No, it's. Yeah, I was a little. I could tell this was the source of a lot of problems here, and it was we're just going to leave this thing with this altar and this whole room, and where everyone's fine with that. Like,
I mean, that we're agreed on. I don't think Caleb wanted to leave her.
We're like,
he had one hit
just,
point.
yeah. I
But
mean,
how
like,
comfortable
run
is
and go do
That he
Caduceus
did to
speaking up, though?
himself.
How
He's
comfortable
not.
is he speaking up at this, still this new to the party, though? Because I would imagine
It's not even
new anymore.
It's not even new
but
to
I
the.
feel
I
like
mean, he's been around for a while, but it's not even that it's not that he's new. It's just that it seems rude to make a fuss.
so. It's the manners again.
And yeah, he's also. I mean, he's from a but at the same time, he was also the kid. He has a lot of brothers and sisters, and he definitely was the kid who probably got less because he was not making as much noise about the things he wanted, and is still doing the. But you all know that we need. Why am I arguing? This.
Also, potentially, we're good guys here because this thing at the bottom of the ocean was just sinking ship after ship after ship, and we
that's
were
true.
stopping that, and we're like, all right, let's fight. She ran. All right, let's just get out of
She's
here.
like 5 hit points left. Just
Yeah.
fucking gonna find a health potion. And then two people.
Find a health potion.
And then
Just
like
find
and then
one.
just not
Go to the
both
health
run off,
potion
and I'm like,
tree.
what
This is
the?
this fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, like he was having a bit of a panic attack. He was like, "Is no one gonna make sure that they're not? What is wrong with?"
Sorry, too busy being selfish.
Yeah,
over
no, like
here.
he could not figure out what the fuck was happening at that point. It was, he was like everyone started acting like a crazy person to him.
Yeah.
yeah. Man, I love Caduceus.
That's why I
He's
also
so-
had that instant up spell. I was really excited and looking forward to doing the
A
elevator to
little
the
bit of
surface.
punishment to everybody.
Just to like, okay, we're done.
a little passive aggressive.
Have your seatbelt on.
prepare to revisit your
Turn
lunch.
the ship around.
Oh, turn this spell
Oh,
around.
Turn this around. Well,
the spell around.
Don't sue us. All legal. Okay, our final question of the night
Parody.
comes from
Parody law.
Parody.
Yep.
parody law. Yeah. Everything on the show is a parody of Critical Role. This question comes from Malene Lund Staugaard, which is definitely a fake name to hide someone's secrets. Liam and Taliesin. Now, this is, don't look at the screen if you haven't finished Campaign 1.
Staugaard.
This is spoilers. Major spoiler alert for Campaign 1 plot point, described in the question below. On a scale from 1 to Scanlan's drug habit, how afraid are you that Ford is lying about wanting to open the gates for Uk'otoa?
I don't think he's lying. I think he doesn't know what he wants.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And I'm not even necessarily sure I'm against it.
It's what Caleb saw in that moment, which is Ford. There's what Ford tells himself is the deal,
And then there's
and
the
what's
deal.
really the deal. And then Caleb saw, he thinks in that moment, what's really the deal, which is this guy likes the taste of the power, even if he's not admitting it to himself yet.
Likes the taste
I
of
would
the
agree.
sword, too.
Yeah, clearly.
Who was the most power-hungry character in Vox Machina?
Percy,
Yeah.
Okay.
by far.
I would
Sure.
agree. And then do you think Ford is out of this campaign, or do you think it's Caleb? Because I might think it's Caleb. I mean,
That's
I
a
think it's also.
neck and neck.
I also think it's
I'll say it's Caleb.
not wanting Caleb to be the most powerful.
Only because Ford. Well, I mean, like it's tough.
Caleb
because
is conscious of his
Caleb
hunger.
knows himself.
Ford is lying to himself.
Yeah.
More.
Interesting.
And I think Ford will hesitate because he has illusions, or not even necessarily illusions. He doesn't have a permanent. He doesn't have as strong a sense of self.
yeah,
I think
it's
you
true.
have. It's nice having a goal. You work towards it.
It's nice. Yeah.
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 Well,
Everything falls into place.
Yeah.
yeah. That's all the time we have for questions. However, during the month of December, we are spotlighting some of the few amazing Critmas presents that critters have sent us. Up first, we have something from Lauren Tuggle at Deja's Quiet Place. Now, this last week we showed off a really excellent sword that someone had sent in for Travis. This, my friends,
Oh my God! I remember this. I love this thing so much. Oh.
is pretty fucking cool.
Oh man.
Daniel, I'm now holding up a different
Get a
object.
close up on that.
Look at this. It is just the most. Look at
She got the freckles are really what.
and all this stuff.
I want one.
This is from Lauren Tuggle, and it is amazing. We're gonna give this to Laura, but as usual, I'm going to try to force her to let me keep it on the talk set because I love it so much.
Better one to talk set,
It's
Laura.
so awesome.
Maybe we can lean it up against the fireplace pole now.
Is it hot up there?
No, I don't
It's
think.
not a real fire,
Well,
I think it's literally a
The
fake
rule is
fireplace.
if we put it there and we get a close-up of it on Tox, that it has to stay there for good.
We'll
So
eventually take it out of the box, maybe.
No, the box.
no,
is
we
part of
will in a
it.
second. The box will burn away once it gets hot enough on the top of the
Yeah.
stove. Vinny was sick the day he ordered it. He actually ordered us a real stove, which I told him is probably against some of the. That's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Stick around for Tox Machina After Dog on ProjectAlpha.com.
Okay.
I would like to thank both guests, Taliesin and Liam, for joining us.
Oh, shit.
It's rare you guys are able to make it for a Tox episode, and we just want to say that we're appreciative. Danny,
Never
I
again.
really appreciate it.
really
I
appreciate it.
appreciate it more that you guys were here when it was me hosting because that really, really helped.
That was,
But
yeah, I mean, what better port in the storm than in between these two gentlemen?
We're easy.
We should drink port next
my
time.
favorite
You know what I
boys
mean?
to be between.
Oh.
Danny,
Oh.
What?
I need to teach you the meaning of subtlety, something I have mastered.
Something you have mastered.
Be more subtle, like us.
I just want to fill up the battery graphic on your Danny-Cam graphic
say that a lot.
I know it's fake, but it's still giving me anxiety.
I want to see the charging logo next to it.
Put a lightning
At
bolt
least
next
put
to
the
that.
lightning bolt next to it.
88% battery, you savage.
How do you live? Episode 45
Wow.
of Critical Role Camp 2 airs this Thursday. Until then, don't forget to love each other, as always, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Yes. Stay turnt, my friends. Do it. We're back.
So much happened.
So much happened, you guys. I wish we had time to fill you in on all of it, but instead, it's Tox Machina After Dog, starring Liam Taliesin and the goodest boy ever.
The goodest boy.
I guess I'll pay attention to you guys,
Yes.
but look at
Don't his
this.
ears feel like velvet?
They're the softest.
They're like the
part.
softest
Yes.
velvety ears in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
Oh, big boys.
Welcome to 10 minutes of Taliesin and Liam just petting a dog.
Sounds
Yeah.
wonderful. I'm
Welcome
really
to
jealous.
dog petting.
I want to pet that
There we
dog.
go. We just
Soon to
want
be an entire channel
shot to
on
be
Twitch.
All I want
uninterrupted.
is to not play in D&D, but just to have someone give me a head
to
massage
do
like
that.
this
Yep.
all day.
Why didn't I should get a dog?
Okay, let's power through these. You guys should get a dog, but I'm afraid of what you do with it, considering the rest of the animals, how the
Dogs
animals
in the
should fare.
chateau.
There's too many important bones in
fine,
y'all's
man.
house for that dog to not be able to chew on.
That's true,
Your
man.
house is like a dog's like hell. Like it's all these bones, and I can't have any of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, no. Things
Well-
on high shelves.
Yeah. Liam, this question will surely tickle you. The username is Tickle Me Frodo.
Yes. Yes,
For
Frodo.
Taliesin, Liam, and Danny Carr, we all know Brian smells like cabbage, a joke Sam Riegel made one time
Only when you scratch him.
that has lasted. What fruit or vegetable do you smell like? Let's start with you, Danny.
God, I hate when you fucking do that. I smell like cookies
You kind of
because
smell like cookies.
I smell like vanilla because that's my like perfume that I
vanilla.
use every once in a while. Is like the like warm
Vanilla
cookie
extract?
vanilla perfume.
You just rub a little vanilla extract
I
on
put
your
vanilla
wrists and
extract on
your
my
neck?
neck just for you, Brian.
Okay, yeah. She knows I'm allergic.
She was hoping.
Maybe I smell like my favorite snack, which is apple slices and peanut butter.
Oh, what a healthy snack.
Yeah, but it's so good.
It is so good. Do you know what I like to do?
What?
Late at night, if I get really hungry,
Yep.
sometimes
That happens regardless. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, sorry, my fault.
I'll do, no, I love it. Apples, peanut butter, a little bit of honey, walnuts.
Ooh, nuts and nuts.
Dude,
That's crazy.
because like, it's so good.
So much.
What do you smell like?
I change up what I like wearing interesting cologne. Right now I found one that smells like burning, and I've been really enjoying it. It smells I've been smelling like a good campfire for a while.
Yeah, I
Wait,
thought
you-
you've just been going to
Smells like
bonfires.
burning.
No, I have it comes in a bottle. I love it.
Comes in a bottle.
Smells like ancient Babylon.
That also is true. Which also burnt. Yeah, this one's
Oh boy. Oh boy.
trying to
We should have put it in a museum. Alexandretta.
We should do that all night. We should do that all night. Yes. D.D. Dragoni wants to know, Liam, any hints you're willing to give us about the new character you'll be playing at the live show? This will go well.
A ton of people tweeted at me.
This will go well.
Saying, I bet he's going to do that monk from the Ashari that he talked about that served Keyleth. And no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else.
Oh,
that's
something
the
else.
answer.
You haven't really figured it out yet, have you?
No, I've been trying to wake up Travis and Matt into that discussion, but there's so many things going on here right now.
Over the break.
We'll figure it out in the new year.
I love how Henry
couple
crosses
ideas.
his,
That'll be a good break of conversation.
Woody.
he crosses his legs like a gentleman.
Yes,
He is a gentleman. Frickwit. Guys, Die Hard, a Christmas movie, true or false? True.
True.
Vinny?
It's Christmas in the fucking movie.
Steve?
Wow.
True. No.
Dan? Are you fucking kidding me?
During Christmas?
All right,
It's a
Daniel.
Wonderful Life. Is it a Christmas
All right.
movie?
And
Yes.
All right.
oh, it's terrible for the kids.
Clearly, Daniel's a Scientologist.
This is a scientific question. If It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie because it takes place at Christmas,
agree.
the events of Christmas. Why the fuck isn't Die Hard a Christmas movie?
It is. It is. Follow up to that one. Batman Returns is a Christmas movie, true or false?
Ask Wilfred O.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Why ask Wilfred O?
I don't know because I saw
Is he
it
a no?
one time and I tried to
seen
black
long
it
enough.
out.
I haven't seen it in long. Yeah, I feel like I'm not educated enough to make that
Yeah.
estimation.
Yeah, me neither. Haven't seen it in forever.
Saw it one time. Don't care.
Okay.
Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween or a Christmas movie?
It's
Yes.
a both movie.
It's
you
a
can
both
watch
movie.
it at both
You could watch it at
holidays.
either time and be okay.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
It does have the Easter Bunny in it.
It does have the
It
Easter.
does.
Yeah, Steve.
Thank you for
The Easter
that.
Bunny does show up.
Where's Steve Cam when we need it, guys?
Right? Come here, Steve.
Fuck with the Easter Bunny.
Taliesin and Liam,
Yes.
one of my favorite screen names, Ario Teabaggin.
That's pretty good.
All the time.
What's your favorite thing about Brian W. Foster? This will be short.
I mean, God, do I want? Oh man, I can't. You can't ask that because then immediately I want to be sincere, and I don't know how to fight that.
I like the vaudeville showman who is tap dancing on top of the very, very, very deep well that is you.
Oh,
That's,
that's gonna
way
make
better
me
than mine.
emotional. If I
Yeah,
wasn't on
no.
so many beta blockers.
Just keep tap
There you
dancing,
go,
Brian.
tap
Just keep
dancing
tap
away.
dancing. Yeah.
I love you. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Love you
no, I
too.
mean it's like having the best drinking friend around, except I don't have to feel like shit in the morning because I hurt myself because I had to
Oh,
keep
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I don't have to because you don't do
No.
that, and it's so but
Yeah.
it's the same pleasure, and it's lovely, and I love it. And yeah,
Oh,
I love
that's
having you
nice.
in our lives. It's great.
Thank you, guys.
go
That
away.
means a lot. I think we have time to get to Daniel. You can go, and then Vinny, and then we'll go to Steve, and then Danny, and
This
then
wasn't actually a
Zach.
question. You literally just put it on
Well,
the
they
fucking card
did
to do,
just
so
say
yeah.
it to Taliesin and Liam, but I'm feeling so good now. I feel like we should go around the entire.
Question from @Voice of O'Brien. There is a spike of bone in your dog's
Yeah,
head. Is
you
Henry
know-
secretly a unicorn?
I think it.
What did you
He's going to
find?
transition. He's going to transition late in life into a unicorn.
Don't you turn this dog into an octopus. You get that octopus off his head.
Oh no.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Put it on my head. Take it from Henry.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Wait, look forward. Look forward. Look straight ahead. Look straight ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now, there we go. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Right there, right there, right there. Right there. Oh, yeah,
Leave
right
this
there.
good boy alone.
Looks like he's gonna eat him.
Snuggling with his Uncle
Loves his
Leon.
Uncle Liam.
Buddy boy.
You love your sad
boy.
boys, don't you, Henry?
Unicorn dog.
Hey, everyone.
Yes?
What's your Quinn 1698? What's your favorite Easter egg in the new intro? Mine is the guest stars in the book that Matt is holding up. I don't know if that's an Easter egg or not, but
Jester's bedroom is just made of weird, like her sheets are
I like
amazing.
the
yes.
snakes on the wall in Jester's
Oh.
bedroom.
The little unicorn sheets. I love
like Bo's missile snaring when she catches the hat. A lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's her feat. She's able to catch a hat in a split second because of that feat.
The animators asked me for some design information, and so it's actually the only place where you can see what, and rendered appropriately, what Caduceus's shirt looks like without his armor.
Ooh.
Wow.
So it actually
Is the graveyard accurate? Did they ask you about the graveyard?
Oh, it's pretty close. It's pretty. It definitely from certain vantages would like there's some
Where are you going?
what do we say, landmarks missing, but the vibe is appropriate.
Tight.
I like
So,
the slow,
Very, very, very solid.
slow growth of cauliflower-like fungi.
That's
on
exactly what I wanted.
The dead. That is so amazing.
Yeah,
That's
that was-
exactly what I was hoping for.
And I
I
like-
want a print of both of those shots, the before and the after, to put side by side. Please.
What's just a lenticular?
I'm telling you, I
walk
want
by.
it. If you could order that for me, I prefer like a 24 by 24.
I was gonna get you a
I like
fruitcake, but
frames
whatever,
that are
man.
no less than 200 years old, made of reclaimed wood. I want a velvet
if it counts as
background
reclaimed as it's
made
been
for
mine the whole time.
inside of the coat of one of the previous popes. This is just how I like
saw
my.
the Pope. I also love the crippling,
Talk to Hieronymus for that. but-
the crippling grief of Caleb's house burning down.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh,
fun,
yeah.
fun little.
That was really solid.
That part made me chuckle.
Yeah, yeah.
That part gave me a good belly laugh.
But you got to put in punchlines.
Yeah, there's weird hidden stuff in there too, like very hidden.
I really like every frame of Yasha's
Yeah.
storm.
Oh, I have so many questions about it.
I have so many questions.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
We got to get her here. I also like not with her giant flask doing the Sam Riegel
Yes, the swish. Yep,
on the cart.
yep. Oh boy.
Woof.
Okay.
Wow, you're really.
Whoa, somebody said, can one of you sit up Kiri? She looks uncomfortable. Well, it's okay. Kiri is now face down on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Gilmore. where's
She'll be
Kiri?
fine. She's actually
Give her over here.
drinking.
doing
Come here.
something to Gilmore.
Yep.
That's not
That's
Gilmore.
not Gilmore.
That's Matt.
Mr. Mercer.
That's Matt. Here,
Mr.
we have
Mercer over here.
this guy.
Here. There you
Make this
go.
more.
Let's see. Have any of you, Cared1 wants to know, lost your cool in a D&D game?
Lost our cool?
lost our
Lost
cool?
your cool.
You've never lost your cool in a D&D.
I mean, like, why would you? I mean, like, I got bad news during a D&D game once that like made me sad.
Sure, same.
But
So, like, have you ever lost your cool?
I mean, like, I've never gotten.
I short-circuited when Vex came out of the bathtub, but that's
That
not the
was
same.
amazing.
That's not the same as lost your cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I've even been in games with people that I was like really not happy with and like not enjoying, but I was just having a lot of fun making the game bad for them as opposed to.
Yeah, I've never lost my cool.
I've got a story.
Life's
I
too short.
didn't necessarily lose my cool, but okay, so there are brownies that you eat when you are with your family, and there are brownies that you eat when you're not.
I've had this kind of story. Yeah, carry out. Yeah.
So
I gotcha.
one night
I
before
gotcha.
D&D over at Mary Elizabeth and Steve Bloom's house,
Sure.
I ate from the plate of the brownies that you're not supposed to eat with
You
your
ate the bad
family.
brownie.
I ate the bad brownie.
With walnuts in it.
With
I gotcha.
walnuts in it.
Yeah.
Yes. An eighth of walnuts. And I got to Mary's house. 45 minutes later, or whatever it was, and I knock on the door, and I'm sweating, and Mary opens the door, and she's our fairy godmother, and she is like, come in, and I walk over to the table, and I put my wormwood shit down, and I'm like, I'm freaking out, man. I don't know how this is gonna go. And Mary's like, what's the problem? And I said, I ate an eighth of walnuts. And she goes, no, you had D&D today. I go, I know, I forgot until everyone texted and said, on my way. And I went, oh, I thought I was just gonna watch the latest Transformers movie tonight. Half an hour into the game, our DM at the time is describing us having to cross this bridge, and there's, lava or whatever underneath. And I am sweating, and I'm looking at the map, and there's all sorts of shit happening. And Steve and Mary, who knew what were happening, are losing their shit. Just
Well,
look somewhere. There's
Those nut allergies are no joke.
I'm allergic
You can't
to
get them in
nuts.
school.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half of the game. I was literally like, if I die in the game, I die in real life. And I'm questioning everything everybody does. I'm like, why would you do that? You gotta keep me alive.
Oh man.
Oh, don't do it.
Are you gonna turn on dead?
I know. If someone would have turned undead, I would have passed out. Let's see. Fancy Brancy.
Fancy Brancy.
Do you guys have a favorite GIF of yourself that has been made for this campaign? Now that's a little self-indulgent. Oh, Henry has one. Henry, is it the one Arsqueef made last week?
Wow.
It is.
I don't know if I mean, like, the thing I like about...
He's asking Vinny where the new teleprompter is.
I kind of like that they're a little like ethereal and they vanish back into the mist. But at the same time, I find it really weird, and I'm not on Facebook very often because I can't anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's
It's
just a lot.
Orwellian, Brian. It's
I
so
know.
Orwellian.
But the fact that I like friends will occasionally like try and find a reaction GIF and be like, well, I can't put that up because that's you, and now everything's weird. And I really enjoy that now. Friends who I would be irritated with because they would post too many GIF reactions now just feel awkward about the whole endeavor, and it's really pleasing. Hey, we finally upgraded hosts.
Hey!
There we go. New host, who dis?
He's
Here,
a
do you
good
wanna-
boy.
Do you want to
Yeah,
hold
GIFs
the
are so
questions?
GIFs are so ephemeral.
Yeah.
There have been so many funny ones. I love the one of the Ghost Puncher tonight.
Ghost
but
Puncher
That
was
was
pretty
really
solid.
great.
I think the only ones that stick in my mind, since I'm such a sad bastard, are the sad ones. But
I like if it's one way back, the Marisha and I doing the double rainbow.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a
classic.
classic.
That was part of that was because I asked the internet for something and they delivered, and I was
They
very
did.
They delivered really well.
Yeah.
Another classic is Laura Bailey fingering her own hand.
Oh, boy, yeah.
There's another Laura classic of her eyebrow going. I can't do it. I don't know how Laura does that, but the waggling eyebrow is a good one.
Yeah. I can't do eyebrow tricks either. I mean, I can raise one, but I can't really do much else.
I can raise one a little bit,
Yeah.
not very well.
Another classic is the Briarwoods moment for you. It didn't.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
went,
Just
God.
blue
The Kill
screen.
Bill sirens happened.
Yeah, it was like, oh wow,
Kill
that's
Bill
happening.
sirens.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, there's a few.
There's so many. Yeah.
Oh, puppy.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
buddy.
I think that's all the time we have for tonight.
Yeah. We should do this again next week, though.
I'm down. We've got a little bit of time before the break.
That's fair.
I mean, it'll probably be you guys two again next week.
Yeah, you guys
so,
want to come back next week? We can just
I
book
used
it
to have
now.
Should I do Tuesday nights? But that's
No,
apparently
that's
not
this is
anymore.
Towson and Liam
Cheers.
date night. Let's just change the name of the show.
Towson and Liam date night. You guys can answer questions for the rest of the cast as well.
I feel okay with that. We'll put out like a cheese spread and some cards.
Do you like strawberries?
I do.
Do you like strawberries on your body?
I can't.
Only if they're-
very specifically. I like being completely covered in them, head to toe.
I can do that.
Hot.
I know you. Yeah.
The Korean spa down on Wilshire, I think, is where you can do that. It's like $75.
They specialize in strawberries.
They specialize in strawberries. Yeah, they're covered in yogurt and chocolate.
Strawberries and Rice Krispies. It's great.
How many strawberries does it take to cover up Talus and Jaffe? That's what we'll discuss next week on Talks Machina. Until then, we love you all. Say goodnight, Henry.
Good night, Henry.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh,
Sit,
buddy.
sit, sit.
Good.
Oh, good
Yeah.
dog.
Down,
Yeah.
down, down, down. There you go.
Good.
All right, you get
buddy.
my last treat of my pocket.
Now you're
Good
gonna be hungry tonight.
boy. All right, everyone, we love you. We'll see you Thursday for a brand new episode of
Between the talks.
between the rolls.
Local crits. We'll see you then.
Rollicle crits.
Yep.
All of it. They're doing this to you intentionally. I love it.
Kill us, please, kill us.
Freeze frame.